Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren and you can find me on Instagram at LaurenCrowe88, and today I'm going to do a little video about how I take my Instagram photos. I did a video on how I edit my Instagram photos, which will be linked down below in the description box, and the feedback that I got from that is that now people want to know how I take them. For me it's self-explanatory, and I'm sure everyone else thinks what they do is self-explanatory, but anyway, I just thought I'd do like a little sit down chatty video talking you through my tips for taking pictures and show you a little bit about how I take them. I'm not going to show you like street style because I'm pretty sure most of you aren't referring to that anyway, because it's not what I predominantly do, but I am going to talk you through that a little bit, some tips that I have, and probably show you like where I take my nail pictures and things like a coffee, like little corners of the house, so you can see if you've got something like that at home, and show you how I take my mirror selfies. So first of all, I just wanted to apologise for my messy background. The cat's asleep here, if you can see. She's not the kind of cat that I can just pick up and put on my lap and stroke throughout this video. She would claw my eyes out. She claws my eyes out in a way that she's timid, not that she's evil. So I don't want to move her, and also she was kind of like cuddling the little blanket, so I was like, okay, the blanket can be in my video. I do know that the more I talk, the angrier she's gonna get though. I'm scared of her, like if you see a cat coming towards me. I just wanted to quickly mention, in case you were wondering as well, that this little sweater I'm wearing is from Amazon. It looks like a really cool Brandy Melville one, but it's just Fruit of the Loom Amazon, and it was about £10, and it's a men's extra large. I will link this down below for you. So the first thing I'll talk you through is kind of outdoor shots, like street style. At the minute, things I've been doing really well on Instagram are the kind of farm girl picnic vibes. I don't really know how this is going to transition into autumn yet. I live across from a really nice park, so I'm thinking that's where I take all my kind of picnic shots. It's like a beautiful stately home, and I am thinking that, oh, she's up. I'm thinking that I'm going to do the same kind of thing as I've currently been doing, but hopefully it will just transition nicely from like a gorgeous green luscious field to a beautiful autumn scene. But I definitely don't think my vibe is like pumpkin patches and things like that, and like big leaves in the kind of inspo pages. So it's hard. I want it to be kind of autumny, but not that much. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I used to shoot all street style, and throughout lockdown I really watched my Instagram grow from like the comfort of my own home, and realised that I don't have to travel the streets for days trying to find places to take nice pictures, and being kind of unhappy with them the way they come out anyway. So that's my first tip. Like if you haven't got somewhere in mind that you want to shoot, or you haven't found anywhere, like if you're not working with a brand that's specifically requested for it to be outdoors, just do it at home. Another tip is like you don't have to be just stood there head to toe shooting your outfit. Like it doesn't have to be like that. She's so distracting to me. What you can do is do like detail shots, or you can do like looking down on yourself like a selfie. You can be just sat having a coffee. I prefer things that look more in the moment, and the best way to make something look more in the moment is to actually be more in the moment. So pick a place that you want to go with a friend or your mum or your sister, and just be like, do you want to go for a nice coffee in this place and have a walk around this park? Do you mind taking a picture of me while we're there? Most kind people will say, no, I do not mind. People that say, yes, I do mind, if this is your job and your passion, question their friendship with you. That's what I would say anyway. Also, if you're finding it difficult, I find shooting from behind really easy. Like some of my pictures, like this one for instance, I think it looks really nonchalant, and just like, yes, it is a view over Mykonos, but it could have just been sky anywhere. Like I didn't need that view, and just the back shot. The brand wasn't paying me. I featured their clothes in it. Like I did a swipe along to side and I think some other details, but yeah, like it doesn't have to be like regimented. This is the outfit, I've shown every detail, blah blah blah. So yeah, Another tip is make sure you're not spending a long time on it. So this picture is a picture that Sophie and I took in Mykonos, and we did put the dresses on for the picture. I actually wasn't going to wear that because we weren't doing much, I'm not going to lie. The wine is real though. We did have a bottle of wine while we were taking pictures. And yeah, I just like, for 2 minutes or so, I just like to stand around, like smile, have a laugh with it, move around, try and get someone to just catch you in the moment, get them to take a lot of pictures. Don't check them, just be like, I'm sure there's one in there, and have a look later. Unless it's paid, obviously, then maybe you might want to check it. But yeah, the best way is to just be nonchalant about it. For me anyway, that's what I like to do. And that's the way you're gonna get the best picture. I like to just I have this thing where I'm like, oh, I'm just standing around for a minute, oh, I'm laughing, and then I'll maybe be like, oh, I'm just putting my hair up, and then wait for them to take a few pictures while you're just putting your hair up, and you're like, oh, I'm just letting my hair down again, make sure they've got that one, and then be like, oh, just turning, and then be like, oh, make sure they get one from the back too, and then just be like, oh, I'm just looking for something in my bag, nonchalant, nonchalant. Oh, I've just seen someone over there that I know, and we're done. That kind of thing is just, for me, the easiest way to do it, to get them to catch you looking like, oh, wait, didn't see you there. Oh, paparazzi. Like I'm saying a lot, but not really saying a lot, you know? Just have fun with it. Like, we took these pictures in the pool. I was really happy with how that turned out, but like, honestly, I was drowning. Wasn't expecting them to be good, and they weren't that great. Like, that picture was probably awful. Like, I had to really crop in tightly and edit it. So yeah, like, take things and think outside the box. Think, oh, I'd look awful in that picture, but maybe it's gonna make a really nice filler pic if I just crop into like the waist of my jeans, because that part looks really cool, and on my feed it will really balance it out. So really look at your work subjectively and objectively, and think about where it could go. Another thing I always like to look out for is shadows. So this was just a copy, and I just put it in the reflection of a chair, and I just feel like things like that really bring your feed to a more like higher level artistic vibe going on. So I always look for things like that. Harsh sunlight isn't something I like to shoot in for me myself, as a person with the camera on me, just because it does show up some unflattering things, and it's not like I'm trying to hide a multitude of sins in the shade. It's just that for your own mental health, like, it's probably nicer to look through pictures where they all look nice, rather than being like, oh my god, 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 oh god, oh yeah, there's one there. Like, you can shoot and it will look fine, but like, also you're probably going to leave a little deflated about how awful parts of your body looked in that sunlight. And it's not you at all, it's just angles and lighting. When you're out and about, just snap, snap, snap away. If you see something that's inspiring, take a picture of it, take a picture of it, take a picture of it. You never know when it could be a great filler pic. And also, just don't be scared. Like, if you see a cute windowsill or something, just pop your handbag on it, take a picture. Like, put your leg up, take a picture of your shoe, just things like that really. Moving on to my pics that are like nail pics and copy pics, I'll just give you a quick example, like this kind of thing. So as you can see here, with pictures like that, I like it to be a white background, but not flat. So I want the overall look to be like clean and white, but I want some kind of depth in there. So I tend to use curtains, or like, if there's like a wardrobe here and a wall there, so it's like depth, you know, different like shadows and angles. For me, that's my kind of thing. I don't like just taking things against just flat white. I think it looks like your hand's been cut out and stuck on. But yeah, that's my number one tip for that, and I'm going to show you the areas that I use to take them. So this is a curtain. It's not in my taste, you know, an aesthetic curtain, but the inside is nice and grey, and when I put it over this chair, it kind of makes like a nice backdrop.
So sometimes I do my nails, I would do it like that, so it's got a nice backdrop underneath. Sometimes I would do it here because there's lots of depth there. Sometimes, oh, there's just a pen there. I would put some beauty products just in there. There's lots of different depths and things there. And when you put some ink in here, no one really notices that. They just see like the depths. Do you see what I mean? Like, people aren't gonna go, that's random. They just see the different depths. Do you get what I mean? That's what I do there. Always try and have the light coming on. This is right next to a window, so that's really helpful. I like to put beauty products on windowsills because I like that clean line there of darkness there, and then you'll have all your beauty products here, and then it's just like black there. I love how the camera, like, obviously when it's focusing on here it kind of lightens up, but in general that black kind of line looks really clean to me, or like that, kind of cuts the picture in half. You'll have your beauty products here and it looks really nice. And this is another curtain situation here. Just in this window we've got some nice white curtains, and I love to like wrap myself inside the curtain and then do my nails here. I just think it looks really nice. It's got the depth. This is where you'll see most of my nail pictures. Sometimes I'll do it on there if there's like a nice sunlight pattern reflecting onto there from the window. And I will just show you that this is quite a good selfie spot too. If you got to post a picture of some jewellery here or your face, you want to do a nice selfie but you haven't got the right spot, get inside a curtain lining. You've got the window right here, you've got a backdrop right here. Just, you know, get your angle going on. That is just perfect. Sometimes people I've seen, this is the craziest video, honestly. So like random, but sometimes people do that too. You know, peekaboo, more depth again, more different layers. Is this the most random video you've ever seen? But yeah, this is also where I would do, sometimes there's really harsh sunlight shining on here. Wouldn't use that necessarily for like an outfit picture, but sometimes having different patterns on your skin, like the window frame would reflect on me, and I really like that. And this is where I would shoot like a nice picture of just my jewellery, and then maybe crop in, nice background, nice light. So that's where I do things like that. Another depth situation is just the corner of the bed meeting the wall. Sometimes as well, at different parts of the year, over here we have like a big reflection from the window onto the wall of sunlight, and I always use that. You can see kind of right where that shadow is coming in there, but that's more like a selfie thing. I'll put a mirror in front of me and I'll just take a selfie, and I love that light, but that only really works in spring. And you'll notice like you just have to learn the patterns of your house. Take a picture of like some trainers or something, or have them on my feet as well. With things like that wall here on the edge of the bed, like I mentioned, light changes throughout the year, and I used to have a million spots around this house that were perfect for me to shoot in, and I could get up at 5 or 6 a.m. and I knew like they were going to be beaming with light, and I could just take some pictures in the morning and be done for the day. But as time goes on, that changes. Like, I don't honestly think I'll get the same light again until that time next year, because obviously winter, the sun is lower, like things change. So you really do have to put an effort if you want that kind of picture. Like, get up in the mornings, set an alarm one day to just look at what's going on in different rooms of your house and just be like, that's a nice light. Look at when sun rises, set the alarm, go and have a look around, make notes of what the time is and what looks nice, watch how it changes. Obviously only do that when you can see on the weather forecast that it's going to be a really sunny day. But yeah, just plan and put in the effort and put in the time, and you will get amazing shots. I'm just looking now and realising that there's some sun on that side of the room, and I'm looking at what the time is. It's 1 o'clock. So I will make a mental note of that. Another thing I wanted to tell you about Street Style, which I bought for my trip in Mykonos, was a little clicker remote. I know so many people that have a tripod, put their phone on it, do a clicker remote, take loads of pictures, and they look great. I think if you didn't have anyone that could possibly shoot you, doing something like that for like a picnic setup in a park would be great. For me, I always have
Sinead willing to come with me for that, or my mum. But if you are not, then that is such a great option, and I'm going to link the little clicker that I've got down below because it's so handy, works so well. I took it to Mykonos thinking I will use that if like the girls are in bed and I just get up and I want to shoot because I'm an early bird. But to be honest, life pre-clicker for me was like resting my phone on shoeboxes and anything I can find, like fruit bowls, tables, moving furniture, and putting a 3-second timer on. And I just, like everyone I did with the clicker, I was like this, and you could just see me holding a remote. Like I just kept forgetting to get my head around that, like, don't just be like click 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 click. So yeah, for me the timer thing worked best, because then I'm like timer, and then I'm like, because I'm just, it's just what I'm used to. So you can do either or, but yes, definitely for like setting up a tripod if you wanted to get a whole scene in, and you know you're not going to have 3 seconds to do that, and you don't want to be running back and forth, whereas the clicker you can like do loads of different poses, make sure you've got it right, and yeah, you don't have to check in between each one. One of the questions I get asked most frequently is how to know your angles. I personally, I was going to say I don't know my angles, but that's a lie. I think my angles have changed a lot. I used to prefer this side of my face, and it was literally just because I preferred my teeth on this side. But since I've had my teeth done, that's probably just out of habit now, because I don't think I have the side that's I think my face is pretty similar. So yeah, actually now I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of sat, but I think that's more because the window's there and I'd be really dark if I was sat that way. But yes, I definitely have a side that I'm just clearly more comfortable with, and I think it's all just about experimenting, honestly. I tend to like people to shoot me from lower to make my legs look longer, or not lower to make my legs look longer, but like sometimes I'm like, you've made my legs look really short, and they're not. I'm 5'8" or 9, so so yeah, I don't really feel, so yeah, that is a trick. Obviously, get your photographer to shoot from below is to clearly make your legs look longer. I don't know, like I don't really think about angles anymore because I don't think I'm necessarily always the focal point of the picture. Like as I said to you before, I move around a lot, I take a lot of pictures, try to act nonchalant, like oh just putting my hair up, blah blah blah, and I just hope there'll be one caught in the moment, like that's the one in the pack. For me it's more about attention to detail in the background. Like think about your props, think about your setup. I did not used to be like this. I used to just be like, take a picture of me while we're out, but now I'm like, I don't like the pictures that I took while I'm out, like just in the street. Like I prefer the kind of homely content, either at home or like having a nice picnic or going for a nice walk. And you know, obviously if I'm having a picnic and it's fake, I need props. I don't really go all out, like I don't really buy food and stuff like that. Like the most I'll do is like grab an apple from my mum's fruit bowl on the way out, but I do take like maybe a book and like a hair clip to just lay on the side, and a blanket obviously. I think that's probably about it. But I think more about the background and whether I need something in that. Like when I was in Mykonos, I'd always put like maybe a towel over the sunbed strategically placed, with my bag resting on top of it and a pair of sunglasses on the side before I just stood in front of it, rather than just stood in front of the sunbed. And that's another thing, like think of it like you're writing a dissertation. Every sentence you write that is credible and has like a reference or something, you know, you score points for everything and you just gotta like tick all the boxes. This is the same, like girl stood in front of a sunbed in outfit, like that attracts the people who like travel content, the people who like your outfit. Your followers might like it just because you're in it, but then the Chanel handbag in the back can also put hashtag Chanel bag, and that attracts another audience. So think about everything. Think about your jewelry. Hashtag gold jewelry attracts another audience. Maybe do a swipe along with a close-up and your nails are in it. Hashtag nails attracts another audience. So really think about everything. And that also takes me back to the nail pictures, because just nails is great, and all the hashtags for nail pictures seem to do really well at the minute. But also if you put some nice gold jewelry in it, a nice sleeve in it, hold a coffee, you're just really opening yourself up to more options of people seeing your stuff who are after something else as well as just nails. So yeah, I just think of it as like ticking boxes. And with props as well, props are so important for me in my selfie pictures. So I like to have a glass of wine, as you know, or like a coffee or a piece of food. I just find that my pictures generally sometimes, I've noticed, perform best when there's a prop. And I feel like it just looks less posed. It looks more like you're doing something like, cheers, just having a glass of wine, thought I'd take a cute selfie while I'm here doing this. Or, oh, morning coffee, caught myself in the mirror, felt cute, might delete later. The kind of naturalness of it, I think it feels so much more natural with props. And also to the other end of the scale, actually, if you have like a bouquet of flowers, or like you put flowers all around, it feels so unnatural, it's good. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've just verbal diarrheaed this whole video. So with that said, with the props and the details and like ticking boxes, like really look at yourself and make sure you've got everything covered. Like when I'm gonna do a picture, like I was thinking about shooting some stuff today, but I forgot to put any jewelry on, and I was like, do I want to do that? Like, it will look nice, but I just think, don't take shortcuts. Just don't do it. Just wait till you're gonna do a picture that you're really proud of, and you can have all your jewelry on, and you're gonna have the right props, and you're gonna be like, yes. I feel like this is going off in a tangent now, but like with manifestation, law of attraction and stuff, like you have to really feel and believe that, like, yes, you worked hard, you nailed it, you got this picture, and now it's gonna do well. So things like making sure you've got little, if you want to put like some shoes in it, why not try some trainers and go the extra mile and put some little cute socks with it, and maybe like an anklet, just so that somebody spends a little more time on your picture, because they're like, oh, I like that, oh, I like that, or they're like zooming in, like, what's that? Like, just, I mean, don't make it look like your wardrobe threw up on you, but like where there's a detail to be had, take it, because people will spend more time on your content then. And that's kind of how the algorithm works, is just having people spend more time on your content. Obviously that applies to props. Obviously when you're taking picnic pictures and stuff like that, that applies to you, because people are like, wow, what's she got? Even other content creators will look for inspiration. So yeah, that is my tip for that. Okay, so now I'm going to talk you through my mirror selfies. The first tip is to buy lots of mirrors. If you see a mirror that you think looks really cool, just buy it. Don't question it. Don't think about the money. It's an investment. Look in charity shops. Most of the mirrors I have bought are £2.99, £3.99 from charity shops, which also justifies when I see one that's like £70 from H&M, because I have so many cheaper ones. But in all honesty, like if you don't want the frame in, like a lot of my pictures I cut the frame of the mirror out, like it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you the mirror now that I most frequently use. So this is my little mirror selfie setup. If I want my pictures lower, I move that back down there, so then it's just like a detail shot. If I want them to be higher, tilt it more up so that I'm in it. And there's a prop I made earlier, which is actually a drop of soy sauce in water, because I took those pictures at 9 o'clock and ain't nobody got time for wine at 9 o'clock. And as I was saying before, with making an effort, I just remembered I always make sure I've got a tan, and I've done my hair and I've got makeup on, just because making sure you're happy with the picture before you're editing it, as you'll see in my editing video, is so much easier than just trying to edit yourself willy-nilly. So yeah, basically I take my pictures like this on my phone, obviously not this camera, and then I will crop in, literally I'll cut the picture out like that. And people always say to me, doesn't the quality go down? And I'm like, yeah, but
Does it matter? Like, do you look at my pictures and think they're awful quality? Because I tell you what, on my phone it takes like a picture all around here. But anyway, let me just show you. This is such a vlog type video, so I'm sorry about that. So I take my pictures on this set of drawers. That actually belongs there. I've moved it out to here. So yeah, I do move furniture around to get the right shot. I'm at my mum's now. I actually haven't found anywhere at my house with as nice lighting as this. Like, if worse comes to worse, I can shoot in my house, but I try and make my content the best I can, so I do come here if I can. So this is one mirror that I have. Then I have a big giant round one which gets way more background in, so I'll show you that. It's a mess of my clothes hidden there in a pile so you can see them. This is one that I use for more like if I want to do that, or like have more of a background, have me smaller, and sometimes I like having the black frame in the picture just to break up my feed a bit, add a bit of darkness. So that's that one. Then I also love as well to have smaller mirrors like this. Sometimes I use really ornate ones, but I'm in a more clean funk at the minute. Like, I just prefer the clean lines of this one, and I will tilt it down and stand back and try and get the perfect outfit shot. I like sometimes just have like jeans waistband or something, so pull them up, make sure they look right, breathe in, get the butt, do a butt pick or something, and I'll do the same sometimes on my bed as well. If I don't want this background, I'll just rest it on my bed and just keep angling until it's right. Also, never forget to go the extra mile. Like, if I'm shooting, let me show you. So if I put it on my bed, sometimes like that looks too flat, so I'll put some pillows in behind it, and sometimes you can see stuff on top of the wardrobe. I would move that all off. I know some people, I see their pictures and I'm like, why didn't you just move that? You know, so you've got to have eagle eyes. Move the cat. But you've got to have eagle eyes so you see everything and you notice it, and you just change it and tweak it until it's perfect. When I want to sit on the bed, I will place the mirror in this drawer, and I've got a little box, like a shoe box, in there so that the mirror sits on it so it's not too low, and I'll pull it out if I want it tilted more, or I'll push it back if I want it to be straighter. So this is like my classic thing. If I want my shoes in it, I'll sometimes go like that, so that like they're at the forefront, and I always like to put my arm like that because I feel like it looks really like nonchalant, or like that, or I'll just be like that. I feel like this is just common sense, but you guys ask. Sometimes just like doing your hair. Again, the wine, or not wine as it were, comes in handy here to just be like that. Like, that is to me just like so casual vibes. What else do? I like sometimes to sit just on the end of the bed and like lean back for like a detail, or like just something like that. Or if I do want to be a bit further away, I'll go and sit like at the back of the bed and then just like really crop into the picture like so. And don't worry about the quality, because I feel like it's a vibe at the minute on Instagram to be kind of grainy and kind of bad quality. Look like you haven't tried too hard. I just want to point out to you a point that I made earlier, like the light is always changing. Look at it now. So one of the things I do want to stress is the best light of the day. For me, a picture at sunset always does well, a picture in golden hour always does well, a picture in sunshine always does well, but at the same time so does like pictures skiing, so do pictures in my bedroom. So you've just got to find what works for you and be authentic. Like, honestly, experiment. Who knew that when I'm traveling the world all year that all I had to do is be locked up in my bedroom for like 3 months to actually start growing on Instagram? Like, what the fuck? Sorry, but it was necessary. So yeah, really just find out what works for you.
know that you can just stay at home, and as long as you're like showing other parts of your life on your stories and your YouTube and things like that, I don't think you'll just be classed as a bedroom blogger. One thing I liked to do when I was just posting purely pictures indoors was mix it up with pictures of like food and inspo pictures of places like I'd like to be or have been, just if you want to keep your feed like not pigeonhole yourself, so you still have opportunities to travel and like people are still going to see you as more of a lifestyle travel blogger, then I would definitely recommend doing things like that. Also, I think don't be hard on yourself, because just be your happy, authentic self and that will shine through. Don't shoot when you're not feeling it or when you're not happy. Obviously I realise that sometimes you've got a campaign and you have to, but like that's probably not the majority of the time. And if you are only shooting when you've got a campaign, well, firstly, if you've got one every day, congratulations, why are you here? You don't need me. Second of all, if you're only shooting when you've got a campaign and you don't have them every day, you are not being authentic. You are only shooting when someone is paying you to do so. That personally is something that I find will really stump your growth. I notice when other girls are just posting an ad or just posting something, I know a lot of people that are reluctant to post something that's just a freebie because they've got a lot of followers, and yes, while you deserve to be paid more for what you're doing rather than just being gifted, your followers deserve to see your true style and what you're wearing all the time and every day without just seeing the things that you're being paid for. So you should have plenty of time to only shoot when you're really feeling yourself and feeling your outfit and wanting to share it. It shouldn't be pressured all the time with deadlines, because you should be shooting organic content too. Anyway, this video felt more like a vlog in the end because I was just like carrying you around, showing you everything. I think I've covered most things. I think I've talked 1,000 miles an hour, and literally I don't know when I edit this if any of it's going to make sense. But thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Remember, this will be linked down below. Editing tips will be linked down below, and please follow my Instagram at LaurenCrowe88 where you can see all these pictures in action. Thanks for watching. Bye.